everybody, how's it going? It's Neil from ScaleTrainer.com, and today I'd like to show you that great solo from I Remember You by Skid Row. So let's check it out. Alright, so the beginning of the solo for I Remember You starts with this series of hammer-ons that start on the A string, and you start on an open note, and we're going to hammer on the 2 and pull it off. Ba-da-da. Just like that. Cool. And then they move up to the 5 and 7, do the same thing. Right, so we have so far so good. Then you do the same thing down here with the 5, 7, 5, just on the D string now. So we have, now he's going to move up on that same string, the D string, to 7 and 9. Cool. Now you move down a string to 7 and 9 on the G string. Alright, so those are the series of hammer-ons and pull-offs. So it starts like this. Alright. Now, if you want to control like any sort of noise coming from your guitar when you're doing all those hammer-ons, you can mute with your fingers here. Like I'm using my first finger to mute the string below it. So I'm holding A, but D and E I'm muting on either side, just using that one finger. I just touched the bottom of the E string there, and with the bottom of my finger I'm touching the D string and the G string. That way you don't have to be so accurate with your picking, you know, you can just kind of, even if you hit all 3 of those strings, the only one that's going to ring out is that second fret, the A string. Well, I guess it doesn't matter when you do the open, but on these guys down here you can use that first finger to mute. Alright. So then you got an 8th fret on the B string. That's the note that you're going to land on after all those hammer-ons and pull-offs. Then you go 7, 8, and then you're going to bend up a whole step, which should sound like moving up 2 frets. And then back down. So what you do there is you bend up the whole step, and then you pick again when it's at its peak. Alright? Now it's a series off a pedal tone. That's where you kind of keep like going back to the same note in between while you're either going up or down with other notes in the scale. I'll show you. Alright, so your pedal tone would be this 8th fret on the B string. Then you go 7, 8, and then you're going to go to the next string down. The scale he's using is right here, G major. Basically he's doing that, but in between each of those notes he plays the G. Alright, so you got 7, 8, 9, 8 from the G string to the B string, 7, 8. Then you reach here with your pinky to the 10th fret, then your ring finger on the 9th fret, this is all on the D string here, then your index finger on the 7th fret, and then your pinky again on the 10th fret. That's your G note on the A string. Now, I pick it like this. I start down, up, then down, up. So I'm always picking that 8, that pedal tone with an up pick. That's just the way it feels comfortable to me. I take it back. When I don't think about it, I pick them all with a downstroke. All right. You can do it either way. Both ways work fine. I guess it's up to you how you like to do it. Try both and see which one you like. All right. Then he does a pick harmonic on the 7th fret. So that's just basically playing this note like this. And the pick harmonic happens down here in the picking hand. What you're going to do, usually you pick like this. And you have all that pick showing, if you can see. Now when you do a pick harmonic, you choke up on the pick like this. Just roll your fingers in. So now you have very little pick showing here that's going to hit the string. When it hits it this way, then it hits your thumb, the ridge of your thumb here, and that's going to, what it does is it multiplies the amount of times that the string vibrates. So it's the same pitch, but it's going so fast, it's double time, that it raises the pitch up. So instead of this, you get this. You can do it after the fact too. If you miss the harmonic, you can touch the string and it should do it too. Maybe not. There you go. You got to get in the right spot too. That's for every guitar is different. See? But it's better just to hit it right off the bat. Alright, so you got the pivot lick right into that. So he picks it once, picks it again and slides it. Now here's the favorite lick of mine for this whole solo. It's a series of like perfect fifth intervals and slides that starts on the 3rd fret here on the top E string. It ends on the 15th fret here on the bottom E string. So let's check it out. It goes like this. Alright, so you get these first 3, and then you slide that bottom note, which is on the 7th fret, up to the 9. Now you take your first finger, it's right there anyway, and play the 5th fret. Then you're going to play the 7th fret on the G string and slide that up. Then you're going to, right here, you have your 8th fret. Right? And if you do it right, you're on your first finger, and then you have your 10th fret here, and you're going to slide from 10 all the way up to 15. Now a slide like that's pretty big, and in the heat of the moment you might blast right past 16 and go, whoa, or like not make it there. So my suggestion is when you're doing a big slide like that, keep your eyes on where you want to go. So when you're getting close to here, to 10, start looking at that 15, and that'll help you just slide right up to it. Alright? And from there, he has that ringing out, the 15. Now we're going to play what you would think of as the E minor pentatonic here on the 12th fret. In this case, we're actually using it as a G major pentatonic. It's the same notes though. So you just have slid up to that 15, and you can do pull-offs all the way down. I like to pick them though. Now from right there, you ended on the 12th fret on the G string. You're going to do a bend on the 14. Pick, all the way up to the crest of it, the peak of it, and then pick again and go down. So back to 12. 14, 12. And then you jump up to the 15 and do a whole step bend. So you bend up and then release and then pick it again when you're just on the 15. So bend up the whole step. And then now if you had a whammy bar, here you could just play the 7th fret and dive bomb. But I end up doing a bend on the 7th, the 10th, it's on the D string, so 7th, and then release a whole step bend. Alright? Then you jump all the way up here to the 17th fret, and you do a whole step bend. So whole step bend, release, pick and release. They do that a lot in this solo. So that's bend. Alright. Then you jump back down here to the 14th. We're still in that E minor pentatonic shape. You do a bend. So you do bend and then down to the 12th. Then you do a bar of the 14 here. Alright, so you look at the tabs for that, which should be right below here, because it's a little tricky to talk about. So it's bend, and then up to the 14, and then back down to the 12 on the G string, and then back to the 14 on the D string, to 12, slide 14 to 12 on the A string, and a 10 on the A string, 12 on the E string, and then I think it's this, 12 on the A string, 12 on the E string, 12 on the A string, and then 10 on the A string. Alright, so that whole little lick there is... yeah. Something like that. Check out the tabs. Then you're going to jump to the 11th fret on the G string. So that's a half step bend. But instead you're going to bend it. Alright, that's in between 11 and 9. Slide down to 4 on the G string. So you slide 9 to 4, then 5, 7 on the D string, 4 on the G string, and then 5 on the D string. So, and then 7 on the D string, 4 on the G string, 5 on the D string. And I've seen people go here before they do the slide up. So slide up to 12, slide up to 7. Now that's a half step bend on the 4. That's it. So that's how you play a solo to I Remember You from Skid Row. I'm not sure if Dave the Snake or Scotty Hill played it. Both of them are crazy guitar players, and I love all the stuff they do. So I hope you enjoyed it too. Till next time, this is Neil from ScaleTrainer.com saying thanks for watching, and keep on picking. Talk to you later.